Pisces, this month your affections are awakened, and there's a really good chance that there'll be a new love affair or at least the continuation of something that's been going on for some time. Love is in the air, as it were. And as long as you keep it real, it looks really, really fortunate for you. Hi, my name is Finn, and this is Magic 7 Tarot. I've done a Magic 7 Tarot spread for you and had a chance to sort of sit with it for a while and meditate on it. It's very positive. That's what I'm going to say, Pisces. So if you've been struggling lately or feeling lonely or left out, this is a great month to have a little change of pace. I'm going to go through the cards for you here, and obviously we're speaking in a general way, so not everybody will have the same influences or the same experiences of this energy, but the energy is the same no matter what. And so it's a great time to bring your affections out and perhaps start a new love affair, or at the very least, renew your vows, as it were. Okay, let's go through them and have a look. I hope you're doing well. In the past, we have the Queen of Coins reversed. So usually in the Brotherhood of Light Tarot, when we have a court card reversed, it's usually the opposite gender. So this would be usually a man. It could be also a part of yourself. But because there's love indicated here, I'm going to say that this is a person who loves beauty, affection. They're talkative, gregarious. They're super fun. And they may be a bit demanding sometimes. But overall, this is a fun person who has a balanced perspective on life. You know, they're gentle and so forth. It's a really nice fit for you, Pisces. And so now this person, it could be a part of yourself. But like I say, I sort of think that this is a person. And I'm going to say it's a man or a woman, depending on your situation, because it shows up, you know, in a general reading. I'm going to go with the energy rather than the gender. This person, they're beautiful. They have wonderful features, or handsome with wonderful features. And like I said, they're really really a great person to have a partnership with, like someone who you can really have a lot of fun with, and things don't get too heavy or serious or dramatic. Certainly the opposite of dramatic. Someone who can sit and talk with, someone who likes to have a good time. Okay, so that's a really positive situation, positive person. I'm going to go quickly into the second card because it is the Horseman of Cups upright, which means that there's feelings of love, okay, devoted to your benefit. Okay, so whether this is someone in who you already are in relationship with, or someone who you know, someone is feeling nice feelings for you. How much better does it get than that? It gets a bit better, actually, Pisces. So, but I mean, this is an incredibly good card, and it always the horseman cards are thoughts, okay? And then they are connected to the court card that's closest to them. So in this case, I mean, these are right next to each other in the reading. So love, kindness, affection, good feelings all around, okay? So this is someone who has your who feels real feelings for you, okay? So enjoy that. I mean, if you've started a love affair, it's very fortuitous for that. If you're just if you're looking to find love, maybe there's someone already around you, like a secret admirer, right? That is feeling for you. If you're in a love relationship already, this absolutely could just be a a resurgence of good feelings, right? You start to talk it out and realize that you're more compatible than sometimes you thought, right? Those are things that happen. Now, if you're not in a love relationship, how does that play out? Okay, Finn, tell us a story. Okay, so these are still good feelings, right? And so just because it's not romantic love doesn't mean there's not love or affection or good feelings. I mean, these can absolutely be, parental feelings, right? It's not necessarily romantic love. It's kindness, affection. This could be the person you meet at the grocery store every day, the clerk, who's just very kind to you, right? I mean, it could be as simple as that. But I think it's more based on the other cards. But if you don't have someone in your life, know that there is someone around you who has good feelings for you, and that's an incredibly buoyant situation. Now, okay, before we start sending out wedding invitations, Pisces, let's take a look at a couple of cards that mitigate this a little bit. Um, so in the immediate future, we have Arcanum 11 reversed. And so that is called in the Brotherhood of Light Tarot the Enchantress. Okay. Uh, so on the positive side, this is like and this is ruled by Neptune, which also rules Pisces. So what's interesting to me is there are a number of cards here that are all Pisces related. It's like your energy's coming forward, you're springing forward, and it's wonderful. So the caution about this card is illusion. Okay, so these feelings, this person that's kind of crushing on you, maybe it's like a fantasy. Now, it could be a fantasy that's coming true, right? I mean, what if you had a crush on someone in the past, right? And now they're starting to express feelings for you. You could feel like, wow, my fantasies are coming true. And boy, I hope that's the case. Now, obviously, it's not going to be the case for everyone. So, this is also spiritual power or force, mysticism, psychic impressions. There's lots of ways to read this card. As I read it in this, what I'm going to say to you is distinguish fantasy from reality. I think I said at the beginning, affections are awakened, but keep it real. Okay, so this is what I need you to do. I need you to go, okay, so someone loves me. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, well, I still have to, buy some groceries, and I still have to sweep the floor. You can't throw everything out just because some love comes along. And Pisces is a bit susceptible to that, especially with this Neptune energy. I'd be concerned that you stop, washing your hair or something. You let your beard grow long if you're a gentleman. Um, don't worry about taking out the garbage because I've got love. You can't eat love, right? You still need to sleep, a little bit anyway, right? And so this is just cautioning you to not like fall in. Okay? It's one thing to have good feelings, it's another thing to have them overwhelm you. And there is the tendency with Pisces, especially with this Neptune energy, to, give over to the giant fantasy. Okay? Take it one step at a time. I'm going to encourage you to do that. It's very positive. Don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to do is I see the energies here, and then I have an intuition about them, and I'm trying to give you my best advice. All right, that's what I'm always doing, is trying to give the best advice I can. Okay, so but you have new feelings. Someone has feelings for you, or you have feelings for one another. It's a good time, right? It could be a good time. Now, I mean, these could be your feelings, like you're crushing on someone, right? And maybe they don't feel the same way. I'm less likely to think that. Okay, I'm just saying that that's a possibility. Okay, I don't want you to get carried. Oh, don't get carried away. I mean, this is what this is I'm carried away, right? Oh, I swooned. Someone looked at me and said something nice to me. Oh, I'm printing up wedding invitations. I'm picking out my tuxedo, right? What are the kids going to be called, right? I mean, like, really, just keep it real, right? Like, one step at a time. But this can really overwhelm you, especially because it's your ruler, right? Okay. What do you need to control is the Two of Cups. Now, this represents an impulsive love affair. So, I mean, this is where this kind of impulsiveness has to be checked. Okay, it's also reciprocated love, right? Like it's a really good card. So when it's something you need to control, like you got to control those romantic impulses and keep it real. That's all I'm going to say to you. But as a card that's like a card that you need to manage in this situation, it's really, really exciting. Let me know in the comments if you did find the true love this month, because I'm really curious. That like one of the hardest parts about doing readings for general readings is that I don't have that immediate kind of feedback about someone going, aha, now I get it, or boy, that's my story, or Finn, that doesn't sound like anything about me, okay? Because general is general. So I'm going to tell the story as if this is a love relationship or a romantic situation, or love and so forth, love, affection, good feelings, and then I'll take a step back and we'll be a bit more general, just in case that's not resonating for you personally. Okay. So don't be impulsive. Okay, if the good feelings are there, they're there. And part of, not giving over to this is to, kind of test it, right? Like, not that you make a test for the person, but you test how you really feel about it, right? Like by, and how the other person really feels, right? By taking your time, Pisces, are you listening? By taking your time and not going, being washed away with it, okay? Now you have a chance to understand what you really feel, what the other person feels, and how you're going to mesh together. Okay. What is the environment giving you is the Seven of Cups. Again, another fantastic card for relationships. And this is the Pisces decadent of Pisces. Okay, so Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Contentment. Like an ideal affectional exchange, like you feel like you've met your soulmate. Okay, it can be that profound for you, and someone who's going to be faithful, right? Like that's, you know. Now, okay, now something just came to me here. What if you're in a relationship and you met someone different? Okay, and you have an impulsive love affair, and you know, like the other person's like, hey, what about me? Okay, you've given over to illusion, or fantasy. Okay, who am I to control your heart? I mean, that's up to you. And so, sometimes we meet someone who we like better, and that's it. Darling, you weren't doing it for me. Now I've met someone who's doing it for me, and sayonara, right? I mean, it happens every day. So is that your story today, Pisces? Is that your story this month? I'm not sure. Maybe for some of you. If it is that story, wow, you've met someone who you can really be compatible with. Uh, and this can represent a change of home, right? Like, is that it? You're leaving this person behind? Maybe. Okay. Okay. I'm not judgmental in any way. As a person, I'm not judgmental. I'm open minded. I mean, whatever you need is fine with me. Okay. But I just want you to make sure that you're talking about a reality and not a fantasy. Okay. You're going to have to figure that out. Is this fantasy, or is this what I'm really feeling? Like, more about your own feelings, right? Like, test it with yourself. You're not always going to know what the other person's feeling. Okay, you're going to go with what they're telling you, or how they're behaving. And right now, it sounds to me like you're having quite a bit of fun with the person, and that's leading into maybe something more dramatic. And so, if you have to change relationships, you could find yourself in a better situation. Okay, what opposes you here? I'm going to go through this again in a more general way. Is Arcanum 12, which is the Hangman. Okay, and it's also the Pisces card. So Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. What opposes you? Worry, sorrow, sacrifice, being over idealistic. I mean, this is idealism, right? Like, let's say you're going to leave your partner of 25 years because someone else is crushing on you. They might not take it in the way you hope. I mean, that might be more complicated than you're imagining. I mean, you're seeing everything through rose colored glasses this month, Pisces, in relation to this reading. And so Um, yeah, I mean, there's some kind of sacrifice, right? Like you have to give something up to get for this to resolve. Okay, so what is that you're giving up? Maybe it's the fantasy that everything just magically works out. Okay, maybe it's, I got to change my home. I mean, I have to leave all the things that I'm used to get what I want today or what I think I want. Only your heart can tell you. Okay, Pisces? Only your heart can tell you. Okay, and how does this resolve? The Two of Coins. It's reversed, but that doesn't make it bad. It just makes it maybe harder to come to fruition. So this is like a profitable partnership or marriage. I mean, this really is like I have there when I look through this, what I see is there's someone here that has good feelings. There's a sense of idealism and maybe like a fantasy. Okay? And yet, every at every turn, these romantic impulses are met. You find someone you're compatible with. It feels really good, and it seems to be working. And then how does it turn out? Some kind of gain or new situation, right? A This is profitable partnership or marriage. Okay, so I mean, partnerships or marriages are business relationships as well as romantic ones. Okay, and it could also represent some kind of independence. Um, this is the Aquarius decadent of Libra, so we've got Uranus in there and Venus, Virgo. There's a lot of influences. Do you know your birth chart? If you don't, this is right now the perfect time to find out where Neptune is in your birth chart and which house is ruling Pisces. Okay, this is how we take the silver key of tarot and we bring it back down into the golden key of astrology. And these correspond. All of these cards correspond to parts of the zodiac, really specifically. Okay, on my channel, there is a link to astro.com where you can get a free birth chart and learn about your chart, learn about the placements, the houses, how these energies express. I don't make any money off that. It's just a service because that's the service I use. So if you want to check that out, it's a great time to do that. This could also represent some kind of unusual courtship. And so, if this is someone who's extracurricular, extramarital, someone from outside, it could be that, there's some kind of behind the scenes work here that's going on. Not just under the covers, but behind the scenes. Okay. Um, you certainly have a fresh perspective as a result of this situation. Okay. Let me just talk about this as if you're not having the love affair of your life. But I hope that for some of you who are looking for love, that this is the moment, this is the month that it comes true for you. And not all of your fantasies will come true at once. Okay, be cautious about that. That when we put so many expectations on other people, like, we're sort of holding them up to this super high ideal that not everybody can reach. And certainly someone who's brand new in your life, they're not going to reach that like on the first day. Okay, so be fair to the people that are involved here. Okay, so good feelings. There's no question there's good feelings in the air. They could be your feelings: love, kindness, affection. You're feeling good about yourself. Um, be careful of illusions, domestic illusions, illusions about other people, illusions about your fantasies. Okay, just put the brakes on the fantasy world. Okay, it's nice. Everybody has fantasies. I have fantasies, right? I'm living in the south of France on my yacht and all of those things. But and then, okay, now I got to sweep the floor and I got to take out the garbage, right? Like, it's okay to have them. Okay, they're enjoyable, right? In a lot of respects, I think fantasy is how we discover the thing we really want about ourselves. However, if we start believing the fantasy, now we're in the danger zone. Okay, so these feelings are leading to a sense of contentment, whether it's with someone new or with someone that you've been with for some time, or just of yourself. Like you feel good about yourself, and that's a great thing. So, just uh, this could be sorrow, and it could be worry or sacrifice, having to give something up, and that's the only downer here. Okay, other than it's funny, these two cards are so related to. I mean, this is literally Pisces, and this is Neptune, the ruler of Pisces. These are the cards that are making me go, wait a minute, okay? So I want you to go, wait a minute for yourself, and do not lose control, and do not lose sight of the practical nature of life, right? Like life has to go on. We cannot just live in a fantasy alone, okay? Um, but it feels to me that there's good feelings. If you're changing your home, if you're moving, that's successful this month. Um, there's faithfulness, there's love, there's affection, there's romance. Um, it could be a work of love too. You discover the thing you love to do, right? And then you have these fantasies about it. But you get to work, and then you have some kind of gain. You could gain your independence because of this. Okay. Pisces, this is all really exciting for me. When I see a reading like this, and sometimes I do a reading and there's danger, or things that are difficult. And how you manage the fantasy, I think, is the absolute key here. Okay? So stay grounded. No matter what happens this month, stay grounded, okay? Um, but it's all very positive. Okay, let's see if we can't get some clarity here. You certainly, your affections are awakened. Now, whether they're for someone or something, like a job or a passion, it could be. I mean, a hobby makes it sound trite, frankly. Like it seems much richer than that. Uh, but that being said, there are people who love pickleball, and they're going to play pickleball till the cows come home. And through pickleball, they meet like new people that they like, and they hang out with, and so on. So it could be really anything. That's the reality. This energy, applies to all Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. And if you don't know what the difference is, go ahead. There's a video on a general video uh, on my channel that explains what is the difference between those influences. I'm going to see if there's any other thing popping out at me here. Lots of emotion. Okay, so the motion is positive for the most part. Just the fantasy part. I just, keep it real. That's the word. Okay. Eternal Spirit. Let's pull a archetype card for Pisces for this month. Eternal Spirit, what archetype can help Pisces and guide them through this month that's the best for themselves, the world, and the universe? I desire to know the truth. If you like what you're hearing here today, please subscribe to my channel. That doesn't cost anything. It just gives you a notification. Like the video, share it to your friends. Whatever you can do to help me, I appreciate that. Thank you. Eternal Spirit, archetype for Pisces for this month. I desire to know the truth. For Pisces. One more time, I shuffle and cut the cards 3 times into 3 piles. Pisces, archetype this month. I desire to know the truth for Pisces. There we go. Okay. Apocalypsis. Well, I've seen this card recently in a couple of other situations. Now, it sounds like apocalypse, right? Which is really just a dramatic change. And certainly, if you've been struggling without affection for some time, this can feel like a revolution to you, right? If you've had difficult feelings for some time, having positive feelings and positive affection, so forth, this is going to feel like you're a new person. Okay, let's see. Sometimes these cards are giving the sort of warning or the other side of it that I'm not seeing, and that's why we do them. That's why we ask for clarity. Okay. Uh, Apocalypsis indicates a particularly painful time, one that unfolds when two disparate dynamics occur simultaneously, pulling the psyche in seemingly opposing directions. The first is a lifting of the veil. This means truths that have been kept in the dark are revealed, seen, and unearthed. No matter how relieving it is to witness them come to light, an element of despair and grief follows. The second dynamic is the regeneration that comes from the wreckage of the revealed truth. The old narrative breaks and a new story forms. Apocalypsis energy is similar to a forest fire's devastation for the sake of regeneration. The veil lifts and we see who and what has been hiding. From the nakedness of the truth, a child is born. Have faith in the process. Hold on to your center. That's the only way. The unknown becomes known and guides the way. That's the way of reading this. So the unknown becomes known. Okay, so we didn't know about these feelings. Now they become known, right? So again, sticking to the truth, this card, right? I really want you to watch out for the illusions or the fantasy life. This sounds like a transformation. I'm gonna hazard that this is a transformation for the positive. Okay, I don't see any negative cards here, so it's almost like you kind of sacrifice. This is sacrificing the old way of thinking about yourself because you have such good feelings right now. So if you have these good feelings and you're unwilling to give up the old version of yourself, there's going to be some tension between those. Okay, so don't do that. Don't hold on to something that's done. Okay, whatever that is, I don't know what it is for you, but don't hold on to it. If you're over with it, you're over with it. Let it be done. Okay, Pisces, please. And this is somewhat of a dramatic card, but I don't see the drama in the rest of the reading. So I'm going to just say a revelation. It's like the thing comes to you, and this is some kind of, it's not just illusion or fantasy. It's also spiritual insight, right? I mean, we can talk about this. I often talk about this in a very practical way when I read cards for people in general readings, but we could talk about this as a spiritual awakening, right? Like when you love yourself, right, you're now in the category of a spiritual being, and you're giving your gifts to other people. And so if you're having an awakening, go with that. Okay, this is really beautiful if you think about it in that way. All right, Pisces, I'm going to do one more card for you. This is a Sacred Destiny Oracle card. We'll pull one for inspiration. So Eternal Spirit, what card can we give to Pisces this month to inspire them on their journey? Hopefully a journey of love, certainly good feelings, contentment, ideal affection, perhaps a profitable partnership. Okay, what inspiration can we give to Pisces? I desire to know the truth for Pisces. Inspiration for Pisces. Desire to know the truth. Work of love. I keep coming back to that idea, something that you love to do coming to the forefront. Right. I love to run, but I'm never going to be in the Olympics, right? This is that idea of there's something you can do that you love doing, but get real, right? Get real, Finn. You're not that fast. In fact, I'm quite slow, but I like it. I desire to know the truth, inspiration for Pisces. Okay, what did we pull for you, Pisces, today? Well, how about the love card? Okay, so whatever you're loving, whoever or whatever you're loving, Pisces, this is the time for it, right? This is the time. Love blossoms. I'll read it to you just because I feel some transformation. This transformation card, it's a bit startling. When you feel something so powerful, it can be transformative. And I do feel that transformation is afoot for you. Love is all around you. Love is coming into your life. You're already more cherished than you possibly know. I mean, this is what we're saying, right? Someone's been crushing on you, or someone has your best interest at heart. Someone has affection for you. I mean, this could be a parent. This could be a child, right? It doesn't have to be romantic love. I speak about it because I know everybody wants love, and I want you to have your dreams, and I want them to come true. Indeed, you are a sacred vessel for love to flow through when you stand in the center of it all. All is well, no matter what is happening around you. You know you're loved and you're lovable. You know that there is nothing that you need to do to deserve love. You are enough, just as you are. The Creator is love, and in the depth of your soul, you are love. In matters of the heart and romance, all is healing or is already healed. In terms of self love, your confidence and self esteem are growing as you take the time to cherish and care for yourself. Well, isn't that a guidepost, right? It's not simply romantic love or I love my job or my hobby, right? It's caring for yourself, right? So take care of yourself, Pisces. Take care of your heart, your wishes, your dreams, your fantasy. Don't get carried away by them, but give them some space to grow, right? And nurture them. I see only positive, affectional things for you this month. And I'm going to check in with you in a couple of weeks, and I want you to let me know how things are going. Okay, Pisces? I love you. I love you so much, and I know that the universe does too. Peace.